Part 3. Lord, spend tens of billions of Krypton gold and sign into the God-level arms. Author, Bathing in the Breeze. Chapter 21. Millions of yellow turbans gathered under the city, and there was a sense of chilling in the air. Wang Fen, the governor of Jizhu, stood on the city wall and couldn't help but feel his legs weakening just by seeing the endless yellow turban army. How come? Mingming only received the news of the fall of Jula County yesterday. The Yellow Turban Army actually came to the city today. Facing millions of Yellow Turban troops, Wang Fen only felt a sense of despair. With such a huge force, it will only be a matter of time before Jie County is conquered. I hope that my letter for help will be received by the court soon. I can't hold on for long. At this moment, Wang Fen saw the Yellow Turban Army at the front parting a path. A middle-aged man wearing a yellow robe, who looked like a Taoist priest, walked out of the army on horseback. This person is Zhang Jiao, the leader of the Yellow Turban Army. Zhang Jiao looked at the Jie County in front of him, with a hint of ruthlessness flashing in his eyes. Heaven is dead, Huang Tian shall stand. As soon as he finished speaking, the surrounding wind suddenly rose. Thousands of miles of dark clouds suddenly gathered in the sky, shrouding Jie County. Seeing such a strange sight, Wang Fen's face suddenly turned extremely pale. He could feel that the person in yellow robe in front of him actually had the powerful strength of the first-level realm. Could it be that this person is the leader of the Yellow Turban Army, Zhang Jiao? If you are at the age of 60, the world will be blessed. As soon as he finished speaking, a bolt of lightning suddenly appeared in the surrounding dark clouds. The next second, thunder rolled. At this moment, the defenders on the Jie County city wall couldn't help but feel shocked. There was fear in his eyes, and he looked at the rolling thunder clouds in the sky with worry. Aren't these thunder clouds here to hit us? Shut up! Disturbing the morale of the army. Before he finished speaking, Zhang Jiao's whole body suddenly erupted with the terrifying aura of a first-level powerhouse. The thunder clouds in the sky seemed to be activated, and the monstrous thunder turned into a sea of thunder, pressing down on Jie County. Thunder comes. Boom! The first thunder fell suddenly like a javelin. Along with a loud noise, a huge charred black pit suddenly appeared on the city wall. When the surrounding defenders saw this scene, their eyes widened and they couldn't believe what they saw. But the next second, thousands of thunders fell from the sky like heavy rain. Rumble! The entire Jie County was suddenly shrouded in thunder. When the millions of Yellow Turban troops saw this scene, their morale soared. When the thunder dispersed, more than half of the defenders on the city wall had already been killed or injured, and even the city wall of Jie County had a huge gap opened. Zhang Jiao gave an order, and millions of yellow turbans rushed straight towards Jie County. In just one day, Zhang Jiao successfully occupied Jie County. Later, Zhang Jiao divided his millions of yellow turban soldiers into 3 groups and occupied other counties and cities in Jizhu respectively. In just 7 days, Zhang Jiao led millions of yellow turbans to occupy the entire territory of Jizhu. Jizhu completely broke away from the Shenhan dynasty and became the headquarters of the Yellow Turban Army. When the news reached the court, all officials were shocked. They never imagined that in their eyes, the Yellow Turban Army, which was inconspicuous at all, could actually cause such terrifying destructive power. Among the civil and military officials, several people showed no signs of nervousness after hearing the news. Instead, there was a glimmer of excitement in their eyes. This is the battle achievement before us. If military generals want to get ahead, they must have military exploits. For them, the Yellow Turban Army in front of them is a stepping stone to success. Immediately, several generals were ready to step out of the queue. But why don't others share their ideas? There were 3 people who were faster than them. Before the others could react, the 3 of them had already stepped out of the queue. Your Majesty, I am willing to lead troops to Jizhu to suppress the Yellow Turbans. Your Majesty, I am willing to lead the troops to quell the Yellow Turban disaster. Your Majesty, I am willing to lead the troops to eradicate the Yellow Turbans to relieve your Majesty's worries. Above the court, Lu Ji, Huangfu Song, and Zhu Jun were the first to stand up. The three of them looked at each other, and the meaning in their eyes was self-evident. Above the main hall, Emperor Ling of the Han dynasty sat on the dragon chair a little tiredly. At this moment, Han Ling Emperor was already entangled with the twilight energy, and he was about to run out of fuel. But even so, as a first-level Han Ling Emperor, with the blessing of the dynasty's luck, he still has a terrifying pressure that cannot be shaken by others. My dear friends, I am very pleased that you are so grateful. The Yellow Turban Rebellion affected 13 states, among which Jizhu was particularly serious. I hereby confer Lu Iking as General of the Northern Army and lead the soldiers of the 5 schools of the Northern Army to kill Zhang Qiao, the leader of the rebels. Lu Ji immediately knelt down and accepted the order. Huangfu Song. I'm here. I appoint you as General Zhou Zhonglang, and with integrity, go to Yingchuan County to suppress the Yellow Turban Army. I accept your order. Zhu Jun was appointed as the Yuzhonglang general to assist Huangfu Song in suppressing the Yellow Turban Army in Yingchuan County. After being appointed, Lu Ji and the other 3 began to dispatch troops and generals with a different mentality. After going to court, Lu Ji took a carriage and prepared to return to the mansion. But while on the road, he suddenly discovered that there were many people behaving strangely on the street. Seeing this, Lu Ji couldn't help but ask the groom, "Why are there so many people behaving strangely on the streets recently?" "Report to the master, these are strangers." "Stranger?" Lu Ji touched his beard. He had heard of these strangers. "I don't know where he appeared from, but he has all kinds of strange special abilities. If you are not of my race, your heart must be different. After the Yellow Turban Rebellion is settled, it's time to deal with these strangers." In Lu Ji's eyes, the existence of these strangers was always an uncertain factor for the Shenhan dynasty. On the other side, in Jianlong village, Lu Jin was enjoying 11 Shi's massage while checking the information obtained by the demon cavalry. In 3 days, millions of yellow turbans gathered together. In 1 day they occupied Jula County, and in 1 day they defeated Jieyi County. Lu Jin narrowed his eyes slightly and smelled an unusual meaning in the information. According to intelligence, every time Zhang Jiao breached the city, he would summon thunder to bomb the city wall first. Because of this, he was able to capture half of the counties and cities in Jizhu so quickly. But even if a counselor is above the first level, frequent use of spells to change the battlefield situation will cause irreversible damage to himself. What is Zhang Jiao doing? He could have planned it slowly, but he had to fight hard to capture the entire territory of Jizhu. But Lu Jin didn't know that there were 2 reasons why Zhang Jiao was desperate to capture the entire Jizhu area quickly. One is that the sooner they capture the entire territory of Jizhu, the sooner they can deploy a defense line to resist the counter-attack of the Shenhan dynasty. As for the second reason, that is to find Lu Jin and avenge his brother Zhang Liang. Now Lu Jin has entered the realm of a saint, and his saintly aura envelops the entire Shenhan Valley. Even if Zhang Jiao had the blessing of Taiping Yaishu, he could not deduce the whereabouts of his brother's murderer by trying his best to deduce. Everything is covered with a layer of fog and cannot be seen. Lord, spend tens of billions of Krypton gold and sign into the God-level arms. Author, Bathing in the Breeze. Chapter 22. Brother, where are you? Sitting alone in the room, Zhang Ju looked pale. He didn't know how many times he had tried to deduce the place where Zhang Liang fell. But no matter how many times he tried, he could never deduce the exact location. Suddenly, Zhang Jiao suddenly started coughing. Scarlet blood coughed out from his mouth and splashed on the table in front of him. Seeing these little drops of blood, Zhang Jiao seemed to be used to it. With a flick of his sleeves to wipe away the blood around him, Zhang Jiao took a deep breath to forcefully calm down the storm-like aura in his body. At this moment, a voice suddenly came from outside the door. "Report to the general, my subordinates have something important to report." "Come in." A sturdy yellow scarf soldier wearing cloth armor walked in. At this time, Zhang Jiao was sitting behind the desk, returning to his original calm appearance. As the leader of the Yellow Turban Army, he must not let others know about his weak side. Now his two younger brothers are gone. He must take most of the responsibility for the Yellow Turban uprising alone. "Report to the general." Yuchen came to report that a strange plane was discovered near Yuchen. Near the Yuchen plain, there is a special valley called Sheneng Valley. We found a large number of bones of the Yellow Turban Army near here. According to verification, this Yellow Turban Army team is most likely the Yellow Turban Army team once led by General Zhang Liang. "What?" Zhang Jiao stood up suddenly. "Have the bones been recovered?" "Following your instructions, General, all the bones have been recovered." "Take me there quickly." At this moment, Zhang Jiao felt that his legs were a little weak. He very much hoped that his brother Zhang Liang would not be among them, but he was afraid that Zhang Liang would be among them. The talisman of life has been destroyed. As the maker of the talisman of life, he knew exactly what this meant. At this time, Zhang Jiao would rather believe that there was something wrong with the talisman he refined. But when Zhang Jiao came to those bones, his eyes were fixed directly on one of them. Although the beasts had devoured all the flesh and blood of the corpses, Zhang Jiao recognized one of the bones at a glance as that of his younger brother Zhang Liang. Because the armor worn on this corpse was specially made by Zhang Jiao for Zhang Liang. It also contains a trace of the power of the talisman set by myself. Zhang Jiao closed his eyes, and a line of hot tears flowed from the corners of his eyes. "Brother, don't worry, brother, I will definitely avenge you." As he spoke, Zhang Jiao's eyes swept over the numerous corpses. All the corpses, without exception, were killed by one blow, and the wounds were almost the same. It can be concluded that they were caused by one person. This person is powerful and cannot be detected by Zhang Jiao's deduction skills. So, it is enough to show that this person is a first-level master. Or maybe it's a super first-level powerhouse. Or maybe it's that saint. But so what if he was a saint? Zhang Jiao opened his eyes, and the reason in his eyes had been burned away by anger. The entire army assembles and heads to Yuchen. Yes. At this moment, Zhang Ju exuded an astonishing aura. The surrounding Yellow Turban troops did not dare to say anything when they saw this. For a time, the Yellow Turban army from various counties and cities in Jizhu began to move closer to Yuchen. After Lu Ji learned the news, his expression changed. The Yellow Turbans in Jizhu have mobilized their entire army. Could it be that they want to invade Salai through the direction of Yuchen? When this idea came up, Lu Ji broke out in a cold sweat. If the Yellow Turban army really breaks through the blockade of Jizhu and enters Salai, I estimate that Xiang Shang's head will not be saved. Thinking of this, Lu Ji rushed to summon the army to Yuchen to defend. Lu Jin in Qianlong village looked calm when he learned that 1 million Yellow Turban troops from Jizhu were marching to Yuchen. In front of him, Yao Daji held the Xianming fan, and she immediately guessed Zhang Jiao's intention. "Sir, it seems that Zhang Liang's body has been transported back by the Yellow Turban army." "That's right." From the moment the Yellow Turban army discovered Zhang Liang's body, the demon cavalry passed the news back to Qianlong village. When Zhang Jiao sees his brother's body, he will definitely attack Sheneng Valley for revenge. And this plays into Lu Jin's plan. For Lu Jin, whether it was the head on Zhang Ju's neck or the typing art in Zhang Ju's hands, they were both good things. Killing Zhang Jiao will definitely result in a system reward, which will most likely be a legendary treasure chest. And the art of peace is a genuine inheritance from the immortals. In his previous life, Wang Lang became the first powerful person in the immortal realm in the Shenhan dynasty precisely because he received the immortal inheritance. However, Wang Lang is probably still a nobody now. "My lord, it's time to act." Now Zhonglang General Lu Ji has led his troops towards Yuchen. Zhang Jiao has led his troops to Yuchen first, and millions of yellow turbans are gathering in the direction of Yuchen. If we wipe out the millions of yellow turban troops in Yuchen before Lu Ji, we will definitely become famous in the Shenhan dynasty. Having said this, Yao Daji couldn't help but have a smile on her face, and Mo Lu Buletin next to her tightened her grip on the Fangtian painted halberd in her hand. The enthusiasm in their eyes was unmistakable. No one would refuse the opportunity to become famous. This is the first official battle they will face after joining Qianlong village. But in this battle, they only had 10,000 demon cavalry on their side, but the other side had 1 million yellow turbans. For ordinary people, facing such a huge disparity in military strength, they would definitely feel despair. But Yao Daji and Mo Lu Buletin not only did not despair, their eyes were filled with the confidence of winning. Because these 10,000 demon cavalry are all first-level masters. A first-level master is enough to withstand thousands of troops. And now, there are 10,000 of them. The audience has arrived and the villains are already in place, so it's time for us protagonists to appear. Lu Jin turned over and sat directly on Mo Kailan, who moved his limbs excitedly. The next second, the shadow of a nine-dragon helmet appeared on Lu Jin's body. Wearing a nine-dragon helmet, with the Xianyuan ancient sword at his waist. Set off! Lu Jin shouted sharply, and Mo Kailan felt the wind at his feet and stepped directly into the air towards the outside of Sheneng Valley. And Lu Buletin rode on a black-armored tiger demon and took the lead. Yao Daji chose a black-armored fox demon, and the agile figure appeared 100 meters away in an instant. 10,000 demon cavalry set off from Qianlong village. All the monsters in the Sheneng Valley looked up at the sky. When they felt the pressure of the monsters emanating from Mo Kailan, they all fell down on the ground to express their surrender. In the land of Jizhu, countless yellow turban troops came from all directions. Zhang Jiao stood on the city wall of Ye City, looking into the distance, in the direction of Sheneng Valley. This hatred will never end. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Lord, spend tens of billions of Krypton gold and sign into the God-level arms. Author, Bathing in the Breeze. Chapter 23. Report to the General, the spies are here to report that a cavalry group has appeared in the south of Yuchen. When the Yellow Turban Army subordinate said this, his eyes evaded, as if hesitating whether to continue speaking. Seeing that his subordinate was hesitant to speak, a kind smile appeared on Zhang Jiao's face. It's okay to just say it. General, the flag of this cavalry. What happened to the flag? At this time, the so-called Black Cavalry appeared on the horizon. Mo Lu Buletin took the lead, jumped up with Fang Tian's painted halberd in hand, and landed at the forefront of the cavalry camp. Beside him, a demon cavalryman held a battle flag and stood unswervingly at the front of the team. And this special battle flag has neither the black pattern that symbolizes the 10,000 demon army nor the territorial pattern that symbolizes Qianlong village. The same color as the yellow turbans worn by the Yellow Turban Army, with pure yellow battle flags hanging high. But in front of this pure yellow flag, an all too familiar head was hung high on the top of the flag, swaying in the wind like a wind chime. Zhang Jiao on the city wall, as a first-level master, could clearly see the head hanging on the yellow flag at a glance. Boom! In an instant, Zhang Jiao put his hands on the city wall, and the city wall stones in his hands turned into powder due to his anger. Shameless boy! How dare you do this? Zhang Jiao's eyes were about to burst, and his endless anger was about to burn away the last trace of reason in his mind. The surrounding yellow turban troops couldn't help but take a few steps back when they saw Zhang Jiao losing his composure. At this moment, Zhang Jiao no longer looked like his usual immortal self. He exuded a dangerous aura. Pass my order down. 100,000 yellow turbans in the city, attack from the east and west gates respectively. We must take back my brother's head from those shameless children. That's right. Above the yellow flag is the head of his younger brother Zhang Liang. The moment he saw his brother Zhang Liang's head hanging on the yellow flag, Zhang Xiao, no matter how well educated he was completely burned with anger at this moment. The surrounding yellow turban generals immediately accepted the order. They knew very well that whoever dared to speak out against him at this time would inevitably bear Zhangju's wrath. Although they are the defenders of the city, it is more advantageous to rely on the city for defense. Moreover, the yellow turban troops from all over Jisu are gathering here. As long as they are restrained a little, they can surround the 10,000 cavalry under the city. But now it is obvious that Zhang Jiao just wants to send troops to strangle the cavalry team in front of him immediately. Moreover, there are only 10,000 cavalry on the opposite side. How can the 100,000 yellow turban army not eat these 10,000 cavalry? Under the city wall, Mo Lubu held Fang Tian's painted halberd and his eyes fell on the defenders on the city wall. At this moment, his eyes met Zhang Xiao's. Their eyes met, and Mo Lubu saw the overwhelming anger in Zhang Xiao's eyes. Ha ha ha, it looks like the fish has taken the bait. I have to say that nothing can arouse more anger than the remains of loved ones. Yao Daji held the Xianming fan and opened it with one hand, covering half of her face. Only a pair of dazzling eyes, like a sentient being playing chess, overlooking the battlefield. Kill! There were shouts of killing coming from the east and west sides. On both sides of the city, 100,000 yellow turban troops appeared from the east and west, and finally merged into one, attacking the demon cavalry in front of them. No tactics or strategies are needed. In the face of absolute military strength, any conspiracy are false. 10,000 monster army, charge. Yao Daji doesn't have any nonsense either. Before the war started, Lu Jin had already said that they had only one goal this time. Destroy all the yellow turbans in your reach. Every time a yellow turban army is killed, Lu Jin can earn points based on the yellow turban army's level. Points can be used to purchase various gift packages in the war shop. Points can even be exchanged for gold coins. Things like gold coins are never too much for lords like them. With an order, the demon cavalry charged directly. Roar! The tiger demon roared. In an instant, one of the demon cavalry arrived in front of the 100,000 yellow turban army. Cut! The terrifying aura was released from the body. In an instant, a terrifying black armor giant holding a battle axe stood behind the demon cavalry. Boom! With one blow, a huge gap was torn open in the yellow turban army's lineup. The surrounding yellow turban army were stunned when they saw the huge ravine appearing on the ground. What kind of monster is this? Are we going to fight this monster? How is it possible? How can we defeat them? Just when the yellow turban army fell into deep suspicion, a shadow suddenly appeared on the ground. When they looked up to the sky, they saw a sight they would never forget. The huge dark demon god was like a meteorite falling from the sky, heading straight towards the yellow turban army. Mo Lubu waved the Fang Tian painted halberd in his hand. The next second, he fell hard into the midst of 100,000 yellow turban army. Boom! The huge shock wave directly enveloped thousands of yellow turban troops around them, and smashed them hard in all directions. Ha ha ha, let me kill you. Black flames burst out from all over Malabuletin, and he waved the Fang Tian painted halberd in all directions. The black demon behind him also waved Fang Tian's painted halberd. For a time, the military formation of 100,000 yellow turban army was directly disrupted. Zhang Jiao on the city wall narrowed his eyes slightly when he saw the black demon killing people wantonly in the military formation. Super first-class master. Although I had long expected that this would happen. But when the master of the first-level realm appeared in front of him, his heart could not help but be gripped. Brother, I said, I will avenge you. An extremely terrifying aura erupted from Zhang Jiao's body. At this moment, the sky is filled with dark clouds and thunder clouds are rolling. The many yellow turban troops under the city wall suddenly understood when they saw the thunder clouds in the sky. It's the general. It's the general who casts the spell. Ha ha ha, the thunder from heaven has come to this world. No matter what kind of monster he has to bow down to the general's thunder from heaven. The sky is dead, the yellow sky should be established. At the age of 60, the world will be prosperous. Lei Gong, help me. Rumble. Thousands of thunders fall like torrential rain. The entire battlefield was suddenly covered by a sea of thunder. Malabuletin, standing in the center, was directly hit by a barrel-thick sky thunder. But the next moment, Malabuletin split the sky thunder with one blow and roared to the sky. It's just a thunderstorm, what can it do to me? Puff. Zhang Jiao on the city wall suddenly spit out a mouthful of blood, and his face suddenly turned extremely pale. Zhang Jiao gasped for air and thought to himself. Is this the strength of a strong person in the first level realm? I said, today, this revenge must be avenged. Zhang Jiao took out a talisman from his pocket. It was originally intended to be used as a trump card, but in the face of Malabuletin, a super first level powerhouse, Zhang Jiao had to use his trump card in advance. Heaven help me. Lord, spend tens of billions of Krypton gold and sign into the god-level arms. Author, Bathing in the Breeze. Chapter 24. A sharp shout. Thousands of thunder suddenly fell from the sky, and the entire battlefield was covered by thunder. But these thunders are not directed at the demon cavalry. I saw that after those yellow turbans were struck by thunder, not only did their bodies not show any scars, but their muscles began to swell. One of the thin yellow turbans turned into a muscular man after being struck by lightning. Not only that, even his strength has never been at the top, and he has directly stepped into the 8th level realm. Kill. The yellow turban army, which gained strength, seemed to have been opened up to the second line of Ren and Governor. The previous fear seemed to be burned away by thunder. One of the yellow turbans jumped up and slashed directly at one of the demon cavalry with the sword in his hand. Brush. A cold light suddenly appeared in the sky. The demon cavalry didn't even open their eyes to look at him. With just a casual blow, the yellow scarf soldier was split in half in the air. Blood swayed down like drizzle falling everywhere on the battlefield. The demon cavalry looked at the strengthened yellow turban army around them and sneered. Ants are ants. Even if you are strengthened, to me, you are just slightly stronger ants. Cut. The long-handled axe in the demon cavalry's hand slashed directly. In an instant, a cold light suddenly appeared on the battlefield. A 10-foot-long cold light swept across the battlefield. No matter how powerful the yellow turban army were, the moment they touched this cold light, they were directly split into two by this cold light. Malabuletin rampaged across the battlefield, as if a field had been set up 10 meters around him. Any yellow turban army that was included in the domain turned into a blood mist and disappeared in place almost instantly. When Zhang Jiao on the city wall saw this scene, he suddenly felt a sense of powerlessness welling up in his heart. He used the sky thunder to forcibly activate the power of the yellow turban army, and at the cost of overdrafting his life, he forcibly increased the strength of the yellow turban army tenfold. But even if their strength was increased tenfold, they still couldn't resist the joint massacre by Malabuletin and the demon cavalry. At this moment, Zhang Jiao actually felt a trace of fear in his heart. Tick-tock. Suddenly, a cold raindrop fell on the tip of Zhang Jiao's nose. Zhang Jiao's whole body trembled. He looked up at the sky. He didn't know when the thunder clouds over the city disappeared. Dense raindrops fell on the battlefield. More and more rain soaked Zhang Jiao's robes, and a sense of powerlessness arose in his heart. Wrong. Zhang Jiao suddenly reacted. It's not the weather. Someone is using a spell. On the battlefield, the yellow turban army, which was still howling a second ago, was soaked by the rain, and its fearless spirit was extinguished by the cold rain like a flame. The Yellow Turban Army's muscles were originally swollen, but after being soaked by the rain, the muscles on their bodies shriveled up like deflated balloons. Even after returning to their original state, those yellow turbans were even thinner than before. What's wrong with me? Why did my body become like this? We can't beat them. We can't beat them at all. Why should we fight with these monsters? I joined the Yellow Turban Army just to make a living. Now fighting these monsters, isn't that asking for death? I won't fight. I surrender. For a moment, the fighting spirit of many Yellow Turban troops seemed to be extinguished by the sudden heavy rain. But will the demon cavalry let them go? The answer is no. Because Lu Jin had given an order, the Yellow Turban Army would kill without mercy. Kill. The demon cavalry had no expression on his face and waved the long-handled axe in his hand. In an instant, countless Yellow Turban troops were killed directly on the spot. To the demon cavalry, these yellow turbans are just a bunch of lambs waiting to be slaughtered. So what if we kill them all? So what if they resist? Can they resist? The demon cavalry didn't even see them as equal opponents. What they saw was just a group of ants. When you crush a group of ants to death, will you pay attention to the ants begging for mercy and howling? You will not. Naturally, neither can the demon cavalry. Yao Daji, who was behind the battlefield, used her hands to create spells one after another, and the rain in the sky became even heavier. This rain extinguished the fighting spirit of the Yellow Turban Army, and at the same time defeated the last trace of luck in Zhang Jiao's heart. At this moment, he saw it. He saw the black demon god slaughtering wantonly in the battlefield, and he saw the rain goddess standing like a goddess in the distance of the battlefield. Two super first-level masters. Ha ha ha. Liang, I lost. I lost. I'm sorry for you, brother. After Zhang Jiao on the city wall sensed the presence of two super first-level powerhouses, the last string in his head broke. He's crazy. Despair enveloped his heart like darkness. General. We still have 1 million reinforcements. General. We still have a chance to make a comeback. General. You have to cheer up. The surrounding Yellow Turban soldiers stepped forward one after another. At this time, Zhang Xiao, who was the backbone of the Yellow Turban Army, could not fall down. Once he falls, the entire Yellow Turban Army will collapse. And Zhang Xiao seemed to be a drowning man grabbing the last straw. That's right. I still have 1 million yellow scarves. I still have 1 million yellow scarves. I still have a chance. But the next second, a figure appeared in his field of vision. Mo Kailan was walking in the air. Lu Jin, who was wearing a 9-dragon helmet and holding the Xianyuan ancient sword, looked at Zhang Jiao like this. You have no chance. What? Zhang Jiao looked at Mo Kailan under Lu Jin and even wondered if he had an illusion. But at this time, Lu Jin raised the Xianyuan ancient sword in his hand. At this moment, the saint's breath burst out. The ancient Xianyuan sword in his hand was activated by the saint's aura, and in the blink of an eye it turned into a 100-foot lightsaber standing in front of Zhang Jiao. With a plop, Zhang Jiao knelt on the ground, his eyes widened and his hair disheveled like a madman. Holy Saint! No, this is impossible. Saint, how could it be a stranger like you? Zhang Jiao thought about countless people, and even the Hanling emperor who was about to die was included in his candidate list for sainthood. But he never expected that the only saint in the Shenhan dynasty would be the stranger he despised the most. Everything is possible. Cut. The Bai's Hang lightsaber landed directly on the city wall of Yes City. Boom. With a loud noise, the city gate was split open by Lu Jin's blow. In an instant, half of the city wall collapsed. Destroy Yuchen with one sword. This is the power of the saint. The city gate has been breached. Charge. Seeing that the city gate was broken by Lu Jin's sword, Mo Lu Buledin shouted. The next second, Mo Lu Bu jumped up and rushed towards Yuchen like a cannonball. The demon cavalry also seemed to have found their target. 10,000 demon cavalry were like savage beasts, attacking directly towards Yuchen. The Yellow Turban army on the way, let alone blocking the road, just saw the figure of the demon cavalry and was so frightened that their legs became weak and they froze in place. Lord, spend tens of billions of Krypton gold and sign into the god-level arms. Author, Bathing in the Breeze. Chapter 25. Kill. The demon cavalry raised his hand and killed a yellow scarf soldier directly. Moribuledin took the lead, jumped onto the city wall, and directly began to massacre the garrison on the wall. Zhang Jiao was kneeling on the ground at this moment, having not yet recovered from the previous shock. Next to him was the collapsed city wall, and in front of him was Mo Lu Bu, who was slaughtering the Yellow Turban army wantonly. Mo Lu Buledin stood in front of him, looking down at Zhang Jiao in front of him. Kill me. Zhang Jiao's voice was hoarse and his disheveled hair no longer looked like the fairy he once was. And Mo Lu Buledin smiled wildly and unscrupulously. Looking at Mo Lu Buledin, who was laughing wildly, Zhang Jiao's eyes were filled with confusion and confusion. And, you should be lucky that I shouldn't end your life. As soon as he finished speaking, a familiar figure landed on the city wall. Mo Kailan looked at Zhang Jiao, who was kneeling on the ground like a bereaved dog with stern eyes. And Mo Kailan's master, Lu Jin. He got off Mo Kailan and stood in front of Zhang Jiao. Looking at Lu Jin in front of him, Zhang Jiao's lips trembled slightly, but there was no trace of hatred in his heart. Standing in front of him was the only saint in the Shenhan dynasty. So what if Zhang Jiao obtained the immortal inheritance? Until now, he is just a loser in the first-level realm. What qualifications does he have to have hatred for a real saint? At this time, Lu Jin was standing next to Zhang Jiao, his eyes looking into the distance. Did you see that your 1 million reinforcements have arrived? Zhang Jiao looked around and saw a massive black Yellow Turban army appearing on the horizon in the distance. But at the same time, another army appeared on the other side of the horizon. The battle flag of the Shenhan dynasty waved in the wind. Lu Ji led the soldiers of the 5 schools of the Northern Army and the millions of troops gathered under his command, and hurried to the vicinity of Yuchen. At this time, 1 million members of the Yellow Turban army also arrived near Yuchen. All of a sudden, 2 million strong armies gathered in Yuchen. Lu Ji looked at the debris on the ground and couldn't help but feel horrified in his heart. Apparently, a battle just broke out here. But Lu Ji looked at the wreckage and only found the remains of the Yellow Turban army. There is no doubt that this is a crushing battle. Lu Ji looked towards the direction of Yuchen. On the city wall of Yuchen, Zhang Jiao was kneeling on the ground with his hair disheveled, showing a look of decadence. Lu Jin stood beside Zhang Jiao holding the Xianyuan ancient sword. Base. Xianyuan ancient sword was unsheathed, and its sharp cold light made it impossible for everyone to look directly at its brilliance. Lu Jin held the Xianyuan ancient sword and raised it high. Cut. With a puff, blood flowed across Yuchen. Zhang Jiao's head fell to the ground. The system's voice then sounded. Ding, Lu Jin of Qianlong village successfully killed Zhang Jiao, the leader of the Yellow Turban army, which had a great impact. Here is a reward, a special building treasure chest, a golden legendary divine man's treasure chest. What? System notifications pop up in the regional channel. All the lords were stupid. Lu Jin of Qianlong village killed Zhang Jiao, the leader of the Yellow Turban army. There was even a moment when they thought there was something wrong with the system. Lu Jin, who was on the city wall of Ye City, waved the Xianyuan ancient sword in his hand. The blood on the sword was sprinkled on the city wall. The next second, Yao Daji appeared next to Lu Jin like a ghost. This is our first meeting. Please accept this gift from General Lu Zheizhong. After saying that, Lu Jin waved his hand and hung Zhang Ju's head on the yellow flag. Raising his hand again, the yellow flag shot directly towards Lu Ji like a sharp arrow. When the soldiers around Lu Ji saw this, their eyes widened, thinking that Lu Jin was attacking Lu Ji. But the next second, the yellow flag was stuck straight on the ground. The two heads collided together. At this moment, Zhang Jiao at least achieved something. Buried with his brother. Lu Ji stared blankly at the two heads on the yellow flag in front of him. As the commander of this anti-thief operation, he naturally knew what Zhang Jiao looked like. Now seeing this head hanging in front of him, he still felt a bit dreamy and unreal. Zhang Jiao is dead? Is this massive yellow turban uprising about to come to an end? No. There are still millions of yellow turban troops in Jizhu. Just as Lu Ji was preparing to attack the millions of yellow turbans, Lu Jin's voice came from the city wall of Yuchen. Pass my order to the 10,000 demon army, and the swords will not be sealed for 7 days. In 7 days, there is only one thing you need to do, kill all the yellow turbans wherever you look. Those with outstanding military exploits will be rewarded. Roar. After giving the order, the roars of monster beasts came from the battlefield. When the millions of yellow turban army saw this scene, they were dumbfounded. But the next second, before they could react, the black demon descended from the sky. Who dares to steal battle merit from me? Kill. 10,000 demon cavalry were directly broken into pieces and rushed into the millions of yellow turban troops. The millions of yellow turban troops were also fooled. There were only 10,000 people on the other side, but the aura it exuded made them all feel timid. Now that Zhang Jiao was beheaded in public, the million-strong yellow turban army suddenly lost its backbone. Under such circumstances, the 10,000 demon cavalry were like tigers entering the flock of sheep, slaughtering the yellow turban army wherever they looked. Lu Jin on the city wall took a deep look at Lu Ji, then mounted Mo Kailan and disappeared from everyone's sight in a few breaths. At this time, the generals around Lu Ji asked, "Are we still going?" The sudden appearance of the black cavalry and the mysterious stranger directly disrupted all Lu Ji's plans. The generals under his command were eager to move. Zhang Jiao was beheaded in public, and the morale of the yellow turban army dropped sharply. Facing the millions of yellow turbans who have no fighting spirit, isn't this the glorious military exploits before them? But Lu Ji glanced at the black demon who was killing wantonly among millions of yellow turban troops. That military commander is a strong man beyond the first-level realm. And Lu Ji looked at the city wall again. Yao Daji was holding a Xianming fan, half hiding her face, revealing a pair of charming peach blossom eyes. But these eyes were like an abyss, exuding a suffocating and dangerous aura. Another master of the first-level realm. A team with 2 super first-level masters in charge. Do they really have the guts to steal food from their tiger's mouth? At this moment, a group of yellow turban cavalry escaped from the chaotic army. "Sir, save us. We are also the people of God." Ridiculous. At this time, these yellow turbans actually claimed to be sacred people and wanted to seek help from Lu Ji's troops. When several generals saw this, they couldn't help but clench their weapons. This is a battle achievement. But the next second, a black shadow fell from the sky, and the demon cavalry slashed out with one blow. The cavalry was cut in half, and blood spattered directly onto Lu Ji's face. Half of the corpse of the yellow turban cavalry fell in front of Lu Ji. The demon cavalry stopped in front of Lu Ji and others. He was only one person, but facing an army of millions, the meaning in his eyes made Lu Ji and others shudder. They saw 2 words in the eyes of the demon cavalry. Ants. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Lord, spend tens of billions of Krypton gold and sign into the God-level arms. Author, Bathing in the Breeze. Chapter 26. The demon cavalry turned around and continued to chase the other yellow turbans. From beginning to end, he never took Lu Ji and others seriously. Lu Ji picked up his sleeve and wiped the blood from his face. First grade. The surrounding generals were silent, because they felt the first-level coercion emanating from the demon cavalry. There is no doubt that the black armored cavalry is a genuine first-class master. How many such masters are there on the opposite side? Or maybe, all those 10,000 cavalrymen. Thinking of this, Lu Ji took a deep breath. Send the order and camp where you are. Here, they can also pick up the remaining defeated soldiers missed by the demon cavalry. But if they were to charge directly into them, Lu Ji couldn't guarantee whether these black armored cavalry would turn their spearheads and attack them. Just the presence of two powerful men above the first level, Mo Lu Buledin and Yao Deji, had already wiped out most of Lu Ji's fighting spirit. If you add those 10,000 black armored cavalry with first level realm. Just thinking about it, Lu Ji felt a chill coming from behind. Besides, Lu Ji looked at the yellow flag with two heads hanging in front of him. Handing over the heads of these two traitors to the court would be enough to earn a great deal of credit. After Lu Jing killed Zhang Qiao, he also rode Mo Kailan back to Qianlong village. It has to be said that with Mo Kailan as his mount, he can return to Qianlong village from all over Jizu in just a few breaths. This Mo Kailan is indeed a good mount. However, Lu Jin always had a doubt in his heart. So where did Zhang Bao go? The art of peace is missing. Zhang Bao is also missing. It's a pity that Lu Jin doesn't have the same deduction ability as Zhang Qiao, so he naturally can't find Zhang Bao's current location. However, Lu Jin could speculate that the missing typing art was most likely on Zhang Bao. Zhang Qiao, I didn't expect that you had a backup plan. But does Lu Jin care? He didn't care. Compared to the typing technique, he cared more about the reward he received after killing Zhang Qiao. Name Special Building Treasure Chest. Quality Golden Legendary Level. Effect: after turning it on, you will get a random complete special building. Special buildings, as the name suggests, are buildings with certain special uses. The Immortal Warehouse and Spiritual Spring obtained by Lu Jin are both special buildings. Ding, do you want to spend 100,000 gold coins to upgrade the special building treasure chest to a special building treasure chest of your choice? Sure enough, before Lu Jin had this idea, the system prompt jumped out decisively. Upgrade. If you can choose for yourself, why do you have to be random? Moreover, special buildings are also divided into ordinary special buildings and unique special buildings. Once the unique special building is obtained, it will no longer be possible for other lords to obtain the unique special building. Ding, congratulations on successfully obtaining the special building gift package of your choice. Open the gift pack. In an instant, all the special buildings that could be drawn from the gift pack appeared in front of Lu Jin. Lu Jin directly ignored all the ordinary special buildings and only looked at the only special buildings that could be drawn. Tonkei Terrace, the only special building. Afang Palace, the only special building. Yellow Crane Tower, the only special building. A large number of unique and special buildings swept in front of Lu Jin. But in the end, Lu Jin's eyes fell on one of the special buildings. Black Ice Platform. The only special building. At the same time, historically, Black Ice Platform was also an intelligence agency established by the King of Qin. Intelligence officers who came from the Black Ice Platform are collectively called Black Guards. What Lu Jin needs most now is the intelligence collection department. Now that Zhang Ju is dead, Zhang Bao has disappeared with the typing art. He needs a large number of intelligence personnel to help him find traces of Zhang Bao and typing Yaeshu in the Shenhan dynasty. As long as Zhang Bao doesn't die, the Yellow Turban Rebellion will not really end. The emergence of the Black Ice Platform just made up for Lu Jin's shortcomings in this aspect. Ding, congratulations on successfully obtaining the only special building Black Ice Platform. Name Black Ice Terrace. Level First Class Special Building. Effect 1. Spend 1000 gold coins to hire a 9th level black guard. Spend 2000 gold coins to hire an 8th level black guard. Spend 3000 gold coins to hire a 7th level black guard. Effect 2 unlocked after upgrading. Required for next upgrade, 10,000 units of refined iron, 5,000 units of jade, 5,000 units of clay. Spend gold coins to hire a loyal black guard. Lu Jin smiled. He lacks everything except gold coins. Go directly to the options at the bottom. Spending 10,000 gold coins can hire a first level black guard with full loyalty. For others, 10,000 gold coins may be a huge amount of money. But for Lu Jin, 10,000 gold coins is just a drop in the bucket. Lu Jin waved his hand and consumed 10 million gold coins. In an instant, 1,000 black guards with first level realm appeared on the originally empty black ice platform. Black guard, I have met my lord. 1,000 black guards all knelt down and worshipped in front of Lu Jin. Facing the 1,000 black guards in front of him, Lu Jin gave the order directly. Find Zhang Ju's younger brother Zhang Bao and the missing typing art. Once there is news about Zhang Bao and typing Yaeshu, please notify me immediately. Yes. The next second, 1,000 black guards disappeared. The empty black ice platform was as if 1,000 black guards had never appeared. And like dandelions blown by the wind, 1,000 black guards began to spread throughout the Shenhan dynasty. Some of them disguised themselves as merchants and entered Luoyang. Some of them disguised themselves as refugees and followed the team into other cities. After all the black guards were spread, Lu Jin set his sights on the Shenhan treasure box. He took out the Shenhan treasure box from his backpack, but this time the system did not pop up an upgrade prompt. It seems that this golden legendary divine man's treasure chest is already the most advanced treasure chest. Ding, do you want to open the golden legendary divine man's treasure chest? Open. Since this treasure box can carry the word Shenhan, this shows that the value of the treasures is not low. After all, this is the treasure chest obtained by killing Zhang Qiao, and the rewards in it will definitely not be bad. Ding, congratulations on getting the fake jade seal of the Divine Han Dynasty. Hiss. The moment he opened the box, Lu Jin was stunned when he saw the first item that popped out. WTF. The jade seal passed down by the Divine Han Dynasty? Shouldn't this thing be in the hands of Emperor Ling of the Han Dynasty now? Why was it opened by myself from the treasure chest? Ding, congratulations on getting the military building Yellow Turban Immortal Palace. Ding, congratulations on getting the legendary talent recruitment order. Ding, congratulations on getting the legendary material TNY Demon Meteor Iron. Ding, congratulations on obtaining the legendary town order. Lord, spend tens of billions of Krypton gold and sign into the god-level arms. Author, Bathing in the Breeze. Chapter 27. A series of system prompts sounded in Lu Jin's ears. But at this time, Lu Jin no longer cared about what other rewards were. Because his attention now is completely attracted by the national jade seal in front of him. Name Pseudo. Jade seal passed down from the country. Quality unique and special. Effect after use, the legendary founding a country and proclaiming emperor mission will be launched. Found the country and proclaim himself emperor. Just 4 words directly attracted Lu Jin's eyes to it. You know, these 4 words are the common goal of all lords. But even in previous lives, no one had ever been able to achieve the feat of founding a country and proclaiming himself emperor. Even when the national war started, the entire Shenhan dynasty was still an era where all heroes came together. Not to mention a lord who founded a country and proclaimed himself emperor. Once someone establishes a country and proclaims himself emperor, he will be blocked by the heroes and all the lords. In that era when everyone had grown up, founding a country and becoming an emperor was as difficult as climbing to the sky. But now, Lu Jin looked at the fake imperial seal in his hand, the ambition in his eyes not concealed at all. Now, the Shen Han dynasty is about to collapse, Emperor Ling of the Han dynasty is dying, and there are endless internal battles. Those so-called sons of destiny have not grown up yet. Even the power of the lords is insignificant in this huge dynasty. At this time, if you don't seize this opportunity, then how long will it take? Ding, do you want to start the mission of founding a country and becoming emperor? Open. Lu Jin directly used the fake national jade seal. In an instant, a golden dragon aura appeared in the imperial seal. At this moment, Lu Jin felt that the dragon energy in his body began to merge with the fake national jade seal. System announcement: Lu Jin of Qianlong village has started the mission of founding a country and proclaiming himself emperor. System announcement: any lord who successfully kills Lu Jin can obtain the legendary prop fake national jade seal. System announcement: the first person to destroy Qianlong village will receive generous system rewards. 3 system notifications suddenly popped up in the regional channel. The lords of the entire regional channel were dumbfounded. Lu Jin had just killed Zhang Xiao, and now he actually started the mission of founding a country and proclaiming himself emperor? Is this guy crazy? Wang Lang, crazy, crazy, is Lu Jin crazy? If he now embarks on the mission of founding a country and proclaiming himself emperor, doesn't he want to become the enemy of the entire Shen Han dynasty? Yu Fengxiu, good fellow, the Han Ling emperor hasn't fallen yet, is he so impatient? Huang Shiliai, you wouldn't do this to seek death, right? What kind of extravagance is he doing? Yu Lingzi, Zhang Jiao's millions of yellow turbans didn't kill him, so he should be thankful at this time. He actually started the mission of founding a country and proclaiming himself emperor. Li San, I would like to ask you all the bosses in the internal beta test, is this task of founding a country and proclaiming an emperor more terrifying than the million yellow turban army? The one who raised the question was a new lord. Among the lords, there are also beta lords who are familiar with the inside rules. At the same time, there are also cute new lords who don't know anything. Obviously, this Li San is a new lord who knows nothing. And the beta lords did not hide it? After all, for them, the more people who knew about this matter, the better. Wang Lang, it can be said that during the internal beta of Empire, the most difficult task was to unify, followed by founding a country and proclaiming himself emperor, and then raising armies among the princes. Wang Lang, so far, no one has ever completed the task of founding a country and proclaiming himself emperor during the closed beta period. Even I can barely complete the task of raising armies for the princes. Wang Lang, however, the more dangerous the mission, the more generous the reward will be. Wang Lang, once Lu Jin founds his country and proclaims himself emperor, we will all become his slaves and be controlled by him, forever unable to stand up. After listening to Wang Lang's analysis, many uninformed new lords suddenly felt a deep hatred for Lu Jin. These cute new lords have only traveled to this world for a few days. Their thinking has not yet been completely transformed. Other closed beta lords know very well that this is a world where the jungle prevails. If you are weak, you will be exploited by others. Only when you are strong can you be qualified to enslave and exploit others. But they won't say it. If they tell their true inner thoughts, how can they encourage these new lords to attack Lu Jin? At this time, Lu Jin had no intention of watching the chat channel. His eyes were attracted by the mission panel in front of him. Name: founded the country and proclaimed himself emperor. Difficulty: legendary. Mission objective 1. The territory level reaches the city scale. Mission objective 2. Own a territory of your own with a population of 100,000. Mission objective 3. Obtain 10 dragon chi from the Shen Han dynasty, and the dragon chi from the Shen Han dynasty is less than 10. Mission rewards. Successfully found a country and proclaim yourself emperor, your orthodoxy will be recognized by the people of the world, and your great achievements will be remembered by history. Mission failed. The heart of territory is broken. Lu Jin looked at the mission target in front of him and couldn't help but touch his chin. First of all, the first goal is to reach the city level in territory size. This goal is not difficult for Lu Jin. As long as you upgrade step by step, you will be able to upgrade your territory to the city level sooner or later. At the same time, the second mission goal is linked to the first goal. After Lu Jin upgrades his territory to the city level, it will still have a population of 100,000. These are not too difficult mission goals for Lu Jin. The biggest difficulty of this mission is the third mission goal. Dragon Spirit. Dragon energy is the foundation of a country. The more dragon energy a dynasty possesses, the stronger its strength becomes. Today, Lu Jin has killed a 1,000-year-old dragon to obtain a ray of dragon energy. There is also a trace of dragon spirit in the fake jade seal passed down from the country. Now I have 2 wisps of dragon energy. As for the current Shenhan dynasty, because its leader, Emperor Han Ling, has not yet died, although the dragon energy is about to break free. But in general, not one of the 20 dragon spirits fell, and they were all in the hands of the Shenhan dynasty. If Lu Jin wants to plunder the dragon energy, he has to wait at least until the death of Han Ling Emperor. Things like dragon energy are not so easy to plunder. Once he plunders the dragon energy, other people in the Shenhan dynasty will definitely attack him in groups. Moreover, coupled with the content announced by the system to many lords, Lu Jin will face a pincer attack from 2 forces. But since Lu Jin dares to start this mission, it means that he is ready to deal with everything. Now that Han Ling Emperor has not yet died, those lords will definitely not attack me before they grow up. Then, this period of time is the best time for me to grow up. It's time to give those lords a little cash shock. Lord, spend tens of billions of Krypton gold and sign into the God-level arms. Author, Bathing in the Breeze. Chapter 28. Ding, do you want to use the legendary talent recruitment order? Yes. Opening his backpack, Lu Jin directly used the legendary talent recruitment order. At this time, Lu Jin did not use gold coins to upgrade this legendary talent recruitment order. Because now Lu Jin is very clear that he must focus on territory construction. Therefore, at this time, we need talents in all aspects. Since talents in all aspects are needed, there is no need to upgrade the self-selected legendary talent recruitment order. Ding, congratulations on getting the God Oyu's Heise. God Ajiko. Another talent with a prefix. Lu Jin was shocked. Unexpectedly, after many days, he actually obtained another talent with a prefix. Oyu's Heise was a swordsmith in history. But considering that his prefix carries the word divine, Lu Jin is still full of expectations for this upcoming talent. It takes a certain amount of time for talents to arrive, so Lu Jin went straight to the center of the territory. According to Lu Jin's arrangement, Lu Ban built a circle of walls around the central and western areas of the territory. In this way, even if an enemy invades Qianlong village, this circle of walls can still protect the center of the territory. But Lu Jin knew very well that no one in the Shenhan dynasty could break into Qianlong village. Lu Jin walked into the center of the territory and took out the town order he had obtained. Nowadays, the materials needed for upgrades, wood and stone, are everywhere in your own warehouse. There are 2 materials left, 1 refined iron and 1 town order. The town order in his hand is still a golden legendary town order. Name town order. Quality golden legend. Effect: use this town order to upgrade the village to a town, and the town territory will receive 2 additional legendary talents. Get 2 additional legendary town talents. This legendary town order is really a good thing. You know, the effect of territory talent becomes more obvious as it reaches later stages. I just don't know what talents my territory can gain. Wood, stone, and town orders have all been resolved. The only missing material is refined iron. But Lu Jin already had a solution to this problem. Open the war copy panel. As soon as he finished speaking, A system panel appeared in front of Lu Jin. Welcome to the Yellow Turban Rebellion War Copy, where you can exchange the war points in your hand for any resources you need. It has been detected that your VIP level is 10, and the VIP 10 exclusive war store is hereby opened for you. VIP 10 exclusive war store? A smile appeared on Lu Jin's lips. Is there such a good thing? Sure enough, at the top of the war store, the words exclusive store appeared. Opening the exclusive store, Lu Jin was directly attracted by the products inside. Legendary Holy Level Monster Skin, selling price, 100,000 points. Special and Unique Building Demon Cave, price, 200,000 points. Legendary Taoist Skill Thunder and Lightning, selling price, 100,000 points. Legendary Martial Skill Kinkan Hoki Slash, price, 100,000 points. Good guy. Lu Jin just glanced at the things inside and felt his heart flutter. But the number of points required for the prizes is also extremely terrifying. If I want to clear out all the products in this exclusive store, I must at least kill all the Yellow Turban army of the Shenhan dynasty to earn points. Lu Jin waved his hand and closed the exclusive store interface. Don't worry now, as long as the Yellow Turban Rebellion is not over, you can use your points to redeem these products at any time. The most urgent thing at the moment is to use his points to exchange for the materials he needs most now. Fine iron. Ding, congratulations on successfully redeeming 10,000 units of refined iron and spending a total of 200,000 points. 200,000 points just went in. At this time, 1 unit of refined iron was worth 20 points, and Lu Jin accepted it. After all, the current lords can't even get the iron ore for upgrades. Not to mention, refined iron requires more iron ore to be smelted. The blacksmith, the smithy, and the time and fuel required to create it. These are all things that need to be invested to produce refined iron. Lu Jin directly spent points to buy them, which saved a lot of time. Ding, do you want to upgrade the 4th level village to the 1st level town? Yes. Ding, do you want to spend gold coins to complete the upgrade immediately? Yes. System announcement, Qianlong Town has become the first territory to be upgraded to a 1st level town. Hereby rewards, the only special treasure box, a golden legendary treasure box, and a legendary resource gift package. The system notification sounded again. But at this time, all the lords were numb. They felt as if they and Lu Jin were living in two worlds. Lu Jin didn't care about the inner thoughts of these lords at all. After upgrading to a 1st level town, Lu Jin opened his territory panel again. But this time, Lu Jin could clearly find that his territory panel was completely different from before. Name Qianlong Town. Level 1st Class Town. HP 100,000/100,000. Town Talent. Utopia, Legend. Your town is known as Utopia, attracting the yearning of a large number of refugees, and the probability of large-scale refugee settlement increases. The origin of everything, legend. Within your town territory, the probability of discovering additional resource points will be greatly increased. Resurrection of spiritual energy, legendary. Your town is so full of spiritual energy that even an unfashionable refugee can become a warrior by living here for a long time. Unlockable buildings in towns. City walls, blacksmith shops, tailor shops, town centers, restaurants, inns. Materials required for next upgrade. Broken Lord's Heart, 100,000 wood, 100,000 stone, 100,000 clay, 50,000 refined iron, 50,000 jade. 3 legendary talents. Lu Jin was in a good mood. This legendary town order was really powerful. After an ordinary lord upgrades to a town, he may not be able to obtain a legendary talent. Fortunately for me, I directly obtained 3 legendary talents. This will definitely allow you to grow up faster. Putting away the system panel, Lu Jin was preparing to hand over the construction drawings of the Yellow Turban Palace to Lu Ban for construction. At this time, a system notification sounded in Lu Jin's ears. System announcement: congratulations to the Lord Wang Lang for successfully establishing the First Lord Alliance. Hereby rewards, 1 million alliance funds, 100,000 alliance resources, and an alliance gift pack. The system notification was announced 3 times in a row. At this time, the lords in the regional chat channel immediately became excited. Wang Lang actually became the first lord to establish a lord alliance. They finally came out of the shadow of Lu Jin's system notification. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Lord, spend tens of billions of Krypton gold and sign into the god-level arms. Author, Bathing in the Breeze. Chapter 29. Li Daniu, congratulations to Mr. Wang Lang for successfully establishing the Lord's Alliance. Yu Fengxiu, finally, it's not that guy Lu Jin who takes the lead these days, just hearing his system announcements makes me feel sick. Wang Lang, in this world, if we want to survive, we must unite. Wang Lang, today I am establishing an alliance of lords here. As long as the lords of the village reach level 3, they can apply to join my alliance of lords. Wang Lang, as for the lords of the second level villages and below, please do not apply from now on. We will serve as the leaders of the lords of the Shenhan dynasty and lead everyone to a better future. For a time, many lords began to apply to join Wang Lang's Lord Alliance. After some lords joined the alliance, a series of system announcements sounded soon after. There is no doubt that after joining the alliance, these lords solved the problem of iron ore that had been scarce. Listening to a series of system announcements, Lu Jin didn't pay attention. Because of his relationship with the national fortuner, Lu Jin could not join any lord force. Therefore, from the beginning, Lu Jin had no intention of competing with other lords for the achievement of establishing a lord alliance. To him, even if these lords gather together, they are nothing more than a group of ants. I'm not even afraid of Zhang Jiao's million yellow scarves, so why should I be afraid of these lords whose territory level has just been upgraded to level 3? At this time, Lu Jin suddenly discovered that Wang Lang actually sent him a private message again. Wang Lang, Lu Jin, do you want to join my alliance? If you are willing to join my alliance, I will not only give you the position of deputy alliance leader, but also cancel our festivals in the future. How about that? Good guy. Lu Jin almost laughed out loud when he saw this private message. 1 second ago, Wang Lang was lobbying other lords to unite and interrupt his market monopoly. As a result, the next second, this guy sent a message and invited himself to join his alliance. This behavior is so shameless. Good people and good deeds belong to him, so he is a scapegoat. Lu Jin, climb for me. After sending these 3 words, Wang Lang thought that under the general trend, Lu Jin would join his alliance of lords. After all, Lu Jin has now embarked on the task of founding a country and proclaiming himself emperor. What he has to face is the local forces of the Shenhan dynasty, as well as the lord forces of the Shenhan dynasty. If he joins his alliance of lords, their lords might be able to help him deal with the local forces of the Shenhan dynasty. Of course, what Wang Lang was thinking about was that he would have the opportunity to ask Lu Jin to hand over the imperial seal. The temptation of founding a country and proclaiming himself emperor is not something that anyone can easily refuse. But when Wang Lang saw the 3 words sent by Lu Jin, he became furious and slammed the table in front of him. Okay, if you don't eat the toast, you'll have to drink the wine as a penalty. Do you really think you can stir up any trouble by yourself? Wang Lang didn't expect that Lu Jin not only rejected him outright, but even insulted him. The old and new grudges added up, and Wang Lang's eyes became particularly sinister. Lu Jin, I will make you pay for your arrogance today. On Lu Jin's side, he closed the chat panel. Wang Lang really thought that by establishing an alliance of lords, he would have the capital to compete with him. From beginning to end, whether it was the local forces of the Shenhan dynasty or the lords of the Shenhan dynasty, Lu Jin never took them seriously. Are you kidding me? He was the only saint-level expert in the Shenhan dynasty, so how could he be afraid of ants like them? Lu Jin walked out of the center of the territory and happened to encounter Manda riding a monster beast in front of him. Lord, there is an old man at the gate of the territory who wants to see you. At the gate of the territory? Lu Jin was a little surprised. Someone could actually cross the Shenang Valley and come to Qianlong town? You know, the Shenang Valley is now full of monsters, and even some plants have begun to mutate. Even if warriors below the 8th level enter Shenang Valley, they may die when facing those monsters. Therefore, Lu Jin would arrange several demon cavalry to patrol back and forth between the entrance of Shenang Valley and the territory every time. This is to prevent refugees from entering the Shenang Valley without knowing it and losing their lives in vain. However, this old man can travel across the entire Shenang Valley. Lu Jin could probably guess the identity of this old man. Quickly arriving at the gate of the territory, Lu Jin saw an old man in a white robe looking kindly at the young man next to him. And behind this old man, there was a group of dark refugees. Lu Jin took a step forward, and the old man's attribute panel popped up directly. Name God. Ajiko. Positioning Swordsmith, Craftsman. Realm Super First Level. Loyalty 80. Sure enough. Lu Jin was a little surprised when he saw this attribute panel. Another strong man who surpasses the first level realm. But unfortunately, his position is not that of a general or a counselor. Therefore, no matter how strong Oyu's Heize is, he cannot lead troops to fight. But that's good, because there is a strong man beyond the first level realm sitting in the territory, and he can feel more at ease. Seeing Lu Jin coming, Shen Oyu's Heize looked Lu Jin up and down. Suddenly, Oyu's Heize's expression changed, as if he had noticed the strength of Lu Jin's saint realm. His attitude changed from casual to respectful. I have met the Lord. I, Oyu's Heize, heard about your reputation and came to seek refuge with you. Ding, because I noticed your saint-level cultivation, God Oyu's Heize's loyalty has been increased to 95. Oh. Lu Jin didn't expect that as soon as they met, this Oyu's Heize would actually gain a lot of loyalty because of his sainthood. Sure enough, in this world, only those who are strong are truly strong. At this time, Lu Jin set his sights on the young man next to Oyu's Heize. Seeing Lu Jin's eyes on him, the young man looked frightened and quickly introduced himself. I'm Zhao Yun, named Zilong, from Changshan Zhending. I heard that your demon cavalry has killed millions of yellow turbans and is famous. Today, my whole family, the Zhao family, came here to seek refuge with us. What? Changshan Zhao Zilong? Lu Jin never expected that the young man next to Oyu's Heize would be the famous Changshan Zhao Zilong. Name Zhao Yun. Position General. Realm 3rd grade. Command value 70. Loyalty 80. 3rd level realm. It was lower than Lu Jin imagined, but Lu Jin knew it very well. At this time, Zhao Yun has not yet fully grown up. As a future 5-tiger general, his potential must be immeasurable. Oyu's Heize seemed to see the worry in Lu Jin's eyes, and quickly took Zhao Yun forward. My lord, although this child is only at the 3rd level of cultivation now, he has extraordinary potential. Please give me some time, Lord, and I will definitely train him to become an excellent general. Although Oyu's Heize and Zhao Yun met only at the gate of Shenang Valley. Oyu's Heize sensed the danger of Shenang Valley and happened to see this tributary preparing to go to Shenang Valley, so he came to help them reach Qianlong town. But in this short period of time, Oyu's Heize noticed Zhao Yun's strong potential. During the holidays, he may not have the opportunity to step into the 1st level realm. Lord, spend tens of billions of Krypton gold and sign into the god level arms. Author, Bathing in the Breeze. Chapter 30. Seeing Oyu's Hai's persistence, Zhao Yun was also a little surprised. When he was traveling through Sheneng Valley, he had already seen Oyu's Hai's powerful martial arts strength. Oyu's Haize, who had such martial arts strength, was so humble when facing Lu Jin. So how powerful must the Lu Jin in front of him be? Young man Zhao Zilong, I beg you to join the Lord's service and dedicate your meager efforts to the Lord. At this time, Zhao Yun was also very discerning. He took a step forward and knelt down in front of Lu Jin with a plop. When Oyu's Haize next to him saw this, he couldn't help but give Zhao Yun a thumbs up. Good boy. Decisive enough. The person in front of you may be the only powerful saint in the Shenhan dynasty. If you could become his subordinate and become his subordinate, it would be like soaring into the sky. Lu Jin smiled and directly helped Zhao Yun up. Very good, since Zilong is interested. Next, I will arrange for Oyu's Haize to teach you together with the other two teachers. The other two teachers. Zhao Yun murmured in his heart, is there anyone more powerful than Oyu's Haize? A few days later, Zhao Yun came to the blacksmith shop. As soon as he arrived at the blacksmith shop, he picked up the water glass on the table and drank it in one gulp. Seeing Zhao Yun come to the blacksmith shop with a tired look on his face, Oyu's Haize touched the beard on his chin and nodded happily. He could clearly feel that the day for Zhao Yun to break through to the first level was approaching. Teacher Mo Libu is too strict. He actually asked me to carry a heavy weight to resist those monster beasts. I was almost torn to pieces by those monster beasts. There is also teacher Yao Daji. I really don't understand anything about the lessons taught by teacher Yao Daji, such as making noises to attack the east and attacking in the west, or luring the enemy deeper. There are so many twists and turns in marching and fighting. That's right. In order to allow Zhao Yun to grow up quickly, Lu Jin specially recalled Mo Lubuletin and Yao Daji and asked them to be responsible for teaching Zhao Yun. Under the guidance of 3 super first-level masters, Zhao Yun's progress is even more visible to the naked eye. Lu Jin had a hunch that Zhao Yun would become more powerful than he expected. As for Lu Jin here, after dealing with Zhao Yun's matter, he received news from Lu Ban. The Yellow Turban Immortal Palace has been built. After hearing the news, Lu Jin also rushed to the construction site of the Yellow Turban Immortal Palace. When he arrived at the location of the Yellow Turban Palace, he suddenly discovered that among all the buildings, the Yellow Turban Palace was unique. It's not so much a fairy palace as it is a sophisticated mechanical city made of various parts. Lu Jin took a step forward, and the attribute panel of the Yellow Turban Immortal Palace popped up in front of him. Name Yellow Turban Fairy Palace. Level First Level Military Building. Creable Arms. Yellow Turban Lux, the materials required for manufacturing, 1000 units of refined iron, 500 units of wood, 500 units of stone, 100 units of plant fiber. Creable Arms. Unlocked after upgrading. Required for the next upgrade, 100,000 units of refined iron, 50,000 units of jade, 50,000 units of stone. Create Arms. Lu Jin was keenly aware of the different words in it. The demon cavalry in the demon cavalry camp are all trained, and the yellow scarf warrior in front of you was indeed created. Moreover, the production of yellow turban warriors actually does not require population. It's interesting. Is the yellow turban warrior a spy? Lu Jin directly waved his hand and exchanged 1,000 units of fine iron from the war store. He wanted to see what kind of military unit this yellow scarf warrior was. Ding, do you want to spend gold coins to complete the production of yellow turban Hercules immediately? Yes. As soon as he finished speaking, the Yellow Turban Immortal Palace started to run crazily like a clockwork machine. The next second, a humanoid creature wrapped in golden armor walked out. Not only the body parts, but even the face and hands are covered with a layer of golden iron. This is the Yellow Turban Warrior. Lu Jin immediately checked the attribute panel of the Yellow Turban Warrior. Name A001. Army Yellow Turban Warrior. Realm 1st grade. Loyalty 100. Good guy. Another 1st grade soldier. Moreover, Lu Jin took a look at the name of the Yellow Turban Warrior. It was completely a robot number. Lu Jin walked in to check, and sure enough, the entire body of the Yellow Turban Warrior was covered in metal. At this time, the Yellow Turban Warrior knelt down directly in front of Lu Jin. Subordinate A001 has met my lord. From the appearance, the voice, and movements of the Yellow Turban Warrior do not look like what a machine man should look like at all. Is this the machine man created by the Yellow Turban Immortal Palace? Lu Jin touched his chin and then issued a few instructions. Later, it was discovered that the Yellow Turban Warriors could perfectly complete the instructions given by Lu Jin almost like real people. Even his behavior is no different from ordinary people. Interesting. The corners of Lu Jin's mouth raised slightly. This Yellow Scarf Warrior really gave him a big surprise. It is rumored that the Yellow Turban Warrior is a high-level puppet, and now it seems that it is indeed true. Not only can it be produced without consuming people, but it can also be used like a real person. The only flaw is that this guy is a big consumer of fine iron. He had just built the blacksmith shop, and the production of fine iron had not yet fully caught up. If you want to produce a large number of Yellow Turban Warriors, you have to exchange all the war points you have obtained for fine iron. However, Lu Jin did not intend to do this. Now that he has demon cavalry, the number of troops above his head is not considered to be in short supply. So there is no need to overdraw the potential and mass-produce Yellow Turban Lux. Now, he has 2 1st-grade soldiers that he can produce. He only needs to wait for the death of Hanling Emperor, and then he can take advantage of the chaos to plunder the dragon energy. Once the dragon energy is enough, it will be time to found a country and proclaim himself emperor. At this time, a black guard suddenly appeared next to Lu Jin. Report to the Lord. General Lu Ji from Luoyang intends to make friends with the Lord. He sent a letter and gave it to his fellow demon cavalry who were guerrilla hunting the Yellow Turban army in Jizhu. My fellow demon cavalry members have forwarded this letter to our black guards. Please read it, my lord. Lu Ji's letter. Interesting. Lu Jin took the letter from Black Guard and opened the envelope directly. I have never known your name. Lu is extremely ashamed after leaving Jizhu. Lu has benefited a lot from his outstanding military exploits. But Lu knows very well that without your excellency, the Yellow Turban disaster in Jizhu will not be eliminated in a short time. Lu deserves to be punished, and at the same time, he has longed to be friends with you. I wonder if you can come to Yuchen, Jizhu to talk about it. Lu will definitely host a banquet for you. After reading the letter, Lu Jin flicked his fingers and the envelope in his hand disappeared into ashes. Unexpectedly, Lu Ji actually wanted to treat Lu Jin to a banquet. If he could get Lu Ji's support, then the task of founding a country and proclaiming himself emperor would definitely be much easier. After all, Lu Ji's influence is still very helpful now. If he could help Lu Jin and persuade some Shenhan courtiers to join Qianlong town, the benefits would be immeasurable. Black Guard, help me deliver a letter to Lu Ji. Just write and invite Lu Ji to come to Sheneng Valley to talk about it.